I'm on a website called skeletonstore.com. Earlier this year, I was selling for them. Now, as you can see, this is a skeleton they sell, and this is the retail price of $85. I got it for less than that, but we are going to compare some prices here. This is $85 on a site that offers wholesale prices to volume sellers, such as myself. And we're going to go to the shopping cart and we're going to compare some shipping costs. Now, I put in a quote for 90210, which is Beverly Hills, which is a fairly far distance from them, and they charge $10.06 to ship it to California. Now, when I was ordering through this direct website to California, they would charge me around $20 to $25 to California for this particular skeleton, but they'll charge now $10.06. To make it matters even worse, you can go over to their sister site, Skeleton Factory. They're charging only $63.75, despite the fact this is a retail site, which they told me that this was nothing but another reseller selling things. Now, I put this skeleton in the cart, and I put in the same price or whatever, same zip code, and they are charging $9.54, even less for shipping, to ship this large boxed item. This site is run by one of their chief executive officers, if you will. Here is their Chicago Better Business Bureau entry. It has changed dramatically. I'm sure anyone who's familiar with Skeleton Store, who's gone on their website over the years, has noticed they had a Better Business Bureau accredited, sale on their website at all times. Well, I consulted with the Better Business Bureau, and pretty soon that was gone. No explanation, but here's their entry, and they've corrected their names and connected their names. Skeleton Store, aka Anatomical Worldwide. And when you click on them, you see they have an A rating. I don't even know how they get that. And the bottom, it'll tell some of the names. I don't know if this is viewable. It's very hard to take a picture of a computer screen. Okay, you can see Anatomy Warehouse, that's a new one, I didn't see that one. SchoolSupplyGiant.com, ScrubsGiant.com, who comes up with these names? Skeleton Factory, Skeleton Store. I think they're missing a few names there. And you can see the principle, it's been switched around. When I complained to this website about this company, they listed Linda Jacobs as the principal, and they listed Thomas Stelter as the something else, I can't remember. And now they list Thomas Stelter as the managing director and Linda Jacobs as a business development manager. Now, you see Anatomical Worldwide and also Anatomy Warehouse. And here they are on eBay selling something I accused them of doing. And they're selling, and there's the that Bonnie character, and they're only charging $8 shipping and $68 on eBay or Feebay, because there's nothing special what they're going to have to pay about that. Now, that is a fixed price listing. If, let's see, scroll to the top, they're not a top rated seller, so they're going to be paying, I don't know, around 12% plus for PayPal, around between 12 let's say 12 to 15% commission to eBay and PayPal for every one they sell. And this is lower than the retail site who offers wholesale prices to people. Now, I was a volume seller. I sold quite a lot for them on this site. And this is what they charge now. They sit there and charge much less on these other sites, and much less now for the same shipment. They're the same things they were shipping my items. And now they compete with their resellers on eBay? I mean, I think they owe me money, first of all. They totally lied to me. They told me Thomas Stelter, who I'm told is their second in command, they told me he was another reseller. And he turns out to be, one of their bosses. And he's got the site Skeleton Factory. He's running that. And he's charging a very low price. Now, if you are a reseller, this makes it very hard to compete because they spend a lot of money on Google AdWords. And now they're on eBay, selling everyone out. But I do believe they owe me a lot of money in shipping and just damages in general for lying to me. They were charging me on average somewhere around, on average every shipment for small items was around between $13 to $16. And they were charging everyone else at the same time on their retail site, Skeleton Factory. They were charging $8 or $9, and they would turn around and say, "Oh, we don't charge more on shipping. We don't make money on shipping." But they were charging me, someone who was generating them, tons of sales. They stabbed me in the back. I can't imagine some of the other things that were going on. But this is the type of scum that that is Skeleton Store. It should be called Scum Store. They would charge me basically double shipping prices. I think they should compensate me. And that's compensate me since I first started selling from them. Because they've been doing this ever since. And I caught them. I bagged them. Last year. I'm like, hey, how can you be selling on your retail site here, but less? You're charging less for everything. How can a reseller compete or whatever if you're undercutting them? And they turned around and admitted it. Oh, we didn't know he was selling for that low. And you will switch it on September 11th. That is the date they decided to switch the prices. September is a very important month in the Halloween season. And they waited all the way to September 11th. I complained sometime in, it must have been the spring or something of last year. What they do? They did it again this year. And I complained. And then they lied again, like I said. They said, oh, Thomas Stelter, he's just another one of those resellers, just like you. No, he's not. He's your boss. I noticed they eliminated names off the Better Business Bureau site. I don't even understand that site, how can they sit there and give a company like that such a rating when I told them so much of how they conducted business, stabbing people in the back that made them so much money, generated so many sales, put certain names that they sell on the map, But I do believe they owe me some compensation. I would not advise selling for them, because they will stab you in the back too. They just like to use people to fill up space, advertise. Pretty much free advertising. They're not connected with Anatomical Worldwide. No, what do you call it? Anatomical Chart Company is not the same as Anatomical Worldwide. They just sort of like borrowed part of the name. They have no connection. They basically have a contract to sell like the Bucky stuff, a license or whatever. I think is ending this year or something. I don't know. It's all gone downhill. It's very junky. You get the skeleton and be all warped, all the skulls. Really gone downhill. And they went downhill as well. Someone like me who was working so hard in the wintertime even to promote what they were selling, for them to like undercut me, lie like that is incredible. There was no other reseller, individual reseller who was selling as much as me. And I worked for it. And they worked to stab me in the back. Scum store.